Yo, what's popping game? What's popping game? Welcome back to First Hand Effects. Homer Blues, guys, another video, and today I'm going to give you another quick tip about the technical analysis in this forex market, guys. It's very good tip, guys. I believe you've been ignoring this, pretending, or maybe assuming that you know how to do it. That is how to draw your trend lines. All right. So guys, stick around. If this is the first time you're watching this video, guys, please stick around, guys, because this channel is always lit. Okay, and maybe after watching till the end, and if you learn something out of it only, then maybe you might consider smashing that subscribe button, guys. All right. So basically, you all see me, guys. I come then do my video analysis or the technical analysis in this forex market. Maybe some of you just see me throwing things or drawing some lines, guys, and yeah. So today I just thought about this, and maybe I said some people might not know how to really draw this trend line. Okay, so I've been just thinking that my viewers, of course, know how to draw trend lines, because those are just the basic things that you need to know when you're starting this forex journey. All right, so I've been ignoring that. Then today I decided to give you the tips, the best way, probably how to draw your trend lines, and it will save you a lot. Right, so this is what's up. So for example, I'm looking at the euro card. Actually, the euro card, I did take this smash, take profit 40 pips in the morning. I risked 20 pips and went in for 40 pips, which was crazy, right? Smash. But now the way that I did analyze this was just like this, right? Drew my trend line, right? Easy, just like that, right? But then there are certain things that you must be watching out before drawing the trend lines, or the things that I've been watching out before drawing my trend lines, right? Remember this, guys, that drawing your trend lines must be something powerful. You have to be good at it, or else you will be getting the wrong idea, or you will be interpreting the market wrongly, right? So what I usually do, guys, let me just remove this. I look for the immediate, all right, the immediate low or the immediate high. I don't know if you guys are getting that. Probably the last two high or the last two lows, all right? So those are the first things, guys, you need to identify. All right, like we have this first, we have the second one. All right, let's say the V. Let's just look out for something called the V shape. All right, so just need to look for a V, or an inverted V. Let me show you this, or an inverted V. All right, so let me not confuse you more. Now when I talk about just looking for the V's, now we have the first one over here, then the second one over here. All right, so that is where you start making your trend line, the first place that V or inverted V started forming. All right, so that is what's up. Same as, okay, that was inverted V. Now that is now an uptrend, same as the V now. All right, let's just make it clean. Let's just make it clean. Just identify those patterns or the shapes, the V. All right, so that's what's up. Those two, you can see the first, the second. Now the legs, I don't know how to put this, the first leg and the second leg of the V or the inverted V. All right, so you should look for those two. Watch out for those two. So now when you look at this, for example, this is euro card. Let's just let's do this. All right, so now when we look at this euro card, look at this, we have that V, guys. Okay, I hope now you guys are seeing that. Or let me make, should I make this let me make it black. Yeah, I hope you guys can see that. Now that's the V I'm talking about. So you just have to make sure that the first leg of the inverted V, now that we are in a downtrend, I mean uptrend, then should join with the second leg like this. Okay, make sure you start from this the previous low or high. Okay, so just like that. So this is what was happening. Of course, now you can see that was the V, or I mean the inverted V. Of course, that is the first one. Okay, now meaning that now we already know that now this joint is in an uptrend. Of course, now we just want to make our entry in the third one. All right, actually let's say another one, or the third one. Okay, now look at that, that's another V, or inverted V. So now we should be making our entry over here. Okay, let's say this is where the price actually, when I woke up before taking this entry, this is how the trade was looking like. And of course I saw that there is that false break. We had that previous low over here. Let me remove now that V. We had that previous low. Of course, this is the previous low, has not been broken for me to take a sell, but then the support line had already been broken. Now that calls in for manipulation. I know and I believe most people did take their sell entry there, making their stop loss maybe the previous maybe above the support, of which now was a resistance like that, and now maybe target all the way down, whichever risk to reward ratio, but then they were stopped out. All right, so for you, let's say you needed to take that sell entry. Of course, the only thing, guys, like my last video, the yesterday video that I posted, was you need to wait for that previous low to be broken. So for that, to make sure now that the sellers are now serious, have already taken out the buys. Right, that means if this joint came in, then a candlestick that is a bearish candlestick closed like this below that joint, I would have taken that entry. But then already I was seeing an uptrend. So despite all this that was happening, I went to the lower time frame, guys, all right, to identify another structure. Already I have drawn my trend line. Remember, I've already showed you guys. I will illustrate that more after this. I believe this is the same explanation that I did make from my previous video, that was yesterday. All right, now, but today I'm into details on how I draw those trend lines. You can see, of course. Now let's just go to the 5 minutes for you to see that clearly. Okay, all right, so you can see that's what's up. All right, you can see the V's that I'm talking about. All right, make sure that they touch, of course they touch your trend line. So that was what's up. So guys, let me remove this. So already we can see that now the 15 minutes, the lower time frame, that is the 5, the 15, the 1 minute, I believe, still in a downtrend. So either way, what have we just been doing is just trading the same way, the same strategy, guys. You can see you can watch the previous video, the same, but I still explain this, guys. For now, for this trade to go back, of course, now we can see that the 15 was in a downtrend. Now for me to take that buy now, to be sure that okay, now the buyers are now in, I needed that break above this previous high with the just candlestick. But then on the hourly, I just needed a 1 hour candlestick close bullish. You can see that this candlestick, that is what's up over here. This candlestick over here, that is just what happened. I just, in fact, news came in, the euro news came in the morning, but then I did not take that. Of course, this was up, the candlestick was already up over here, so I really was reluctant, did not take that buy entry. I just said to myself, whatever goes up must come down. So if it goes without coming down to get me, then I'll just forget about the trade either way. But then it came back. The moment it came back, I just did take that buy entry, then targeted the previous high over here, and you can see that was smashed. Actually, it did not even take time, just one candlestick. That was what's up. All right, so that's it for the uptrend. Now when we talk about the downtrend, all right, the downtrend, let me just show you something. the downtrend. Here we go. Here we go. Make sure the second, those last two highs are now passing through your trend line, or the trend line has to touch them. Right? So let's say this is now the previous high was up one, then the second one, this one. Right? Now we just have to extend this all the way down to make sure now, because now we should be entering or making our entry in the third one. All right, I don't know if you guys are getting that. We have the first one, the second one, now the third one. We should not take your entry before that touch. The third touch is on this trend line. Okay, so now this is where you should have taken your sell entry. But then remember, the same way I've showed you to take your sell entry, those are how those are the strategy you should be using to take your sell entry and your buy entry. Okay, that's easy. That's easy game. Okay, let me just show you. I have another one. How's the JPY? Another trade that I'm waiting for. Let me show you something. But remember, guys, you still have to go to the higher time frame and confirm what's happening. Okay, let me just go to the 4 hours and see and show you what's up. Look at this. Okay, now we have, this was the first, now this is the second one. So probably price should come down before going to the third touch over there. That's when you should go in aggressively to the downside. But then of course you can see that this resistance or that trend line has already touched that zone. So, but then I don't want to wait for price to go down then go up before now taking another, now taking a sell entry over here. So what is just happening is you can see there's something in the 1 hour. There's also an uptrend, right? So look at this. This is the first one. Now this is the second one. Then now when price came to the third one, I believe most people did take a buy over here. Those people who have their buy limit or their buy stop, whichever, making their stop loss below the previous, and now they've already been taken out. Okay, but remember the general trend is a downtrend, but still the 1 hour I'm seeing something different. So you can see I've already given this indication, right? I'm just waiting now. Of course, price has broken that support zone over here. Okay, so now what I'm just waiting for is now another confirmation. Now the third one, this previous low over here to be broken with a great Marubuzu candlestick over there. Then now ride this wave all the way to the downside. Okay, easy. Okay, easy. Yeah, so let me just now illustrate that with some drawings for the last time for you guys to get what I'm saying. Okay, so now let's say the market is doing this higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Let's say that is where the market is currently. Okay, now we have the second one. Let me just make them so many, of course, like that. Okay, right. So now we have so many lows and so many high. Okay, so what you just need to do is choose the last two V's. Okay, make sure your trend line start from the last two V's. You can just identify them. When I talk about the last, you don't go back from this joint, you start all the way from up. We have 1, 2. Okay, now that is where you draw your joint, your stop, your trend line. Yeah, that should be support like this. Make sure they touch like that. Okay, right. So when that just happens like that, all you just have to do is now wait for a pullback for that third touch over here. When this happens, guys, do not just take your buy entry immediately. I think I already explained that. You just don't take your buy immediately. You just have to go back to the lower time frame and see what was happening during this fall, right? This one, of course. Now you will see lower low and lower high being formed the lower time frame. Make sure now the lower lows and the lower highs are done with. Make sure that now the lower high has been broken with the bulls candlestick. Now that is when you should take your buy, right? Same thing, guys, when we are now in a downtrend. That was an uptrend. We have a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Okay, excuse my drawing. So we have so many over here, guys. We have them. Sometimes you might see that might be happening. We have that lower high, but then it's still lower than the previous high over here. Okay, so what you just have to do is just make sure now that you look for those previous, now the last one, 1 2. Make sure now the trend line passes just like that. Boom. Okay, then all you have to do is wait for a pullback to this zone, the third touch, like this. But when that happens, do not take your sell entry immediately over here. Wait and see. Go back to the lower time frame and see what this high or this retracement is doing, the 15 minutes. Of course, it should be doing higher high and higher low. Wait until that higher high and higher low structures are broken, and then take your entry. Remember, something might just happen. It might just break, right? And then with this joint over here, when it was dropping, with this down trend like this, maybe of course at the lower time frame we should be having lower lows and lower high being formed. Come on, lower lows and lower high being formed until it reaches. So in case it breaks, in case the third touch comes like this at this zone, then breaks out from that trend line, guys, also you just don't have to take a buy immediately. Remember, you should know that now the lower time frame there was a certain lower high over there. Price might just go back, bounce off from that zone like this, and then now continue going down, right? But then if it doesn't bounce off this zone and breaks now this lower low over here, lower high there, then now change everything. Just change everything. Take your buy entry, guys. All right. So you guys, I believe that was simple. I hope you guys have just learned something out of that. Right? So if you do not understand, guys, kindly rewatch the video, rewatch it, and make sure you do understand everything that I've just talked about. Right? And if you have any question, guys, feel free to drop it in the comment box below. I will really get back to you. Okay? We have gold trade. Yesterday gold trade, actually in my last video I did take profit. Of course it was hit over here. That was hit, guys. Okay, 62 pips. That was smashed either way. Okay, all right. So NZD card is still playing out. I'm still holding on to that. Price has given me 60 pips from yesterday, and I'm still holding on to that without anything. Price has not changed the direction. Already I've gone to the lower time frame, and I've already understood what what's happening over here. There's a pullback on the lower time frame, so you can see I've already identified that zone. So I just want to see break, then I take another buy entry, guys. Okay, easy. You can see at the lower time frame we have another trend line over here that I've just drawn. So I'm just waiting. Exactly, guys, I've just talked about that. We have the first one, the first touch, the second one, and now what I'm just waiting for is the third one over here. When that just happens, I should be waiting for now a push to the upper side and then breaking this high over here. Then I should add to another my entry, now scaling in. Okay, guys, then all the way up, easy. Okay, so far price has given me 60p, but then it's still pulling back. I don't care about that. That's what's up. Okay, now for me to get out of this market and see, okay, now everything has just changed, maybe price comes down like this, breaks this support over here, right, like this, but then breaks this low over here and then closes below like this. Then I'll just close this trade because price has just changed direction. So I'll just take that, the little profit that I'll be having, and then call it a day. All right, that's it. That's how we do it every day. All right. So guys, believe you learned something, and maybe you should consider smashing the subscribe button just to support the channel, and give this video a thumbs up. Good for YouTube algorithm, right? So I will highly appreciate, guys, if you do that for me, guys, and I will also continue blessing you guys with more content, more lit video, right? So gang, believe that's all, and until next time, man, adios amigos.